Hi guys, and welcome to the PEZ Tutoring YouTube channel. I'm Jessica Pizzold, a former classroom teacher turned tutoring business owner. Our tutoring business, PEZ Tutoring, helps students build confidence in reading, writing, and thinking, and we do this all online with Zoom. This is going to be a 3-part video series with a series of FAQs, frequently asked questions that you guys have been asking us over the years. The first part will be the what, like questions with what do you do, what are you for, that kind of thing. Next will be the how, like how does this work? How do we get started with you? How should I help my student work with you? All that. And then the third one, which you cannot miss, will be for the doubters who maybe you're interested, but you don't quite understand what online tutoring is all about. I'm here to help comfort you and just answer any question you might have. And yes, I get to use a podcast studio today. And also, if you're wondering why people online use these, it really helps you hear your voice back. Like I'm hearing my voice even louder. It's really cool. Anyway, the first question is one I get from many people and parents within the community, and it is, do you teach any age? Well, the answer is no, we don't just teach any age. This is a very niche business, and we typically teach students ages 9 through 15. So that's our best range right there. That means that, occasionally an 8.5-year-old will slide in, but 8 to 15 is the range of students that we have right now. I've taught some adults in the past. I still do have one, but for the most part, our expertise really lies in that upper elementary and the middle and high school range. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe even 16. That just seems to be the range that, that's where the demand is right now. I think a lot of older kids are focused on college, and the younger ones aren't quite ready to work online. But if you need someone to work with your younger child before you ever get to us, I know other tutors who have businesses like mine, and they reach their early education age, so reach out if you are interested in that. Also, guys, while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe because that really helps us get seen and noticed by other families who might want to work with us. Next question is, what curriculum do you use, if any? And if you're watching this video, you probably found me because you were researching the Michael Clay Thompson homeschooling curriculum. And for all of our English language arts students, that is what we use, even if it's just one book. Some people purchase the whole series for homeschoolers. Some of you guys go to school and you just found the books and you think this is what we need. And I love these books. Here's what they look like, by the way, in case you're wondering. I've talked about them in many of my videos if you want to familiarize yourself with those and how we teach them. But I love these because they're very thorough. They teach STEM words, even history and geography. With math, we don't use a specific curriculum at this time, but my math tutor is able to reach people wherever they are. And usually that's middle and high school age, especially with the test prep, ACT, and SAT. So yeah, MCT is great. We're pretty good at it because we've been using it for a while, and I just think it educates children really well. What are my students' responsibilities outside of tutoring sessions? Viewing the homework doc. Always start with that because at the end of every class, we will, unless you specifically ask not to give homework for whatever reason, we always give homework because it allows them to practice outside of the session. If they don't remember what it is, always check the homework doc. Like they need to be looking to see, what are we doing? And oh yeah, we wrote down the page numbers I need to read. Or, oh, she wrote down the, lesson 15 STEM words and vocabulary words. That's what I need to study. You can always go back and check. And we love that because it's easy for parents to locate as well. But students, especially after working with us for the first and second week, they know where to locate the homework and any other materials we've told them to use. What resources and tech do you use to create engaging lessons? Zoom, definitely, and sometimes we can write on the screen. We screen share using Zoom. So we're sharing our ebooks, the Kindle for desktop. I use that a lot when we're reading novels. Students are able to share back. If we look at something on Google, like Google Maps, we're always looking at the locations of where our stories and where the historical excerpts that we read, where they take place. I want students to know where that is. We use IXL for diagnostics, and that's a good tool as well, just as a backup or as something to practice outside of class. I love Wheel of Names for warm-ups and review because you can do anything. This is a great tool. If you homeschool, you can go ahead and steal this idea, use it to place names, spin it, try to define the word that it lands on, or sometimes put definitions and they have to think of the words. There's all kinds of things. Even math can be used with this, but the kids really like it. And then our math tutor uses an iPad to actually write on the screen, and it's awesome because he can color code. Here's an example of him doing that now. So there should be no doubt as to how effective our online tutoring can be, just because we have all these tools that are quite engaging. And as long as students are actually there present, they become interested and they're able to do the work that we provide for them. Parents have asked, what can I be doing outside of your sessions to help you and my child have effective lessons? So first of all, we are here to take the burden off of you guys so that you don't have to work as hard to make sure your student is learning. However, one thing you can do, especially when you start with us, is to make sure you have the Zoom link and our email handy. You want your student to be able to get on the Zoom link. You don't want to sit there 1 minute before class and realize, oh wait, where's the Zoom link? She sent it to me, but I can't find it. Have that ready. I personally use the exact same Zoom link for every Zoom room. I'm not going to send you a million different ones. So that little 9-digit code, or is it 10 digits? You can write it down and have it, on your student's calendar, or have it right there in front of them so that they know exactly where to go. And then eventually it's like clockwork. So just have our lessons visible and ready so that students always know when we're meeting. Keep our schedule handy and make sure they know when they're meeting with us. Maybe use whatever calendar, like family calendar or online calendar they have. Maybe they use their phone. The students need to know exactly when they're meeting with us. And occasionally that does change if different things come up, but you don't want to have to tell your student every time, hey, don't forget you have tutoring. The student will eventually get into a routine. And so if you can kind of train them or nudge them in the right direction, they'll eventually even remember our sessions better than you do. Make sure you communicate with us, text, call. You can ask us questions. You'll receive feedback from us fairly often. I would say like every few lessons we try to touch base with you guys. If for some reason you don't hear from us, reach out and say, hey, how's so-and-so? How's my kid doing? They say this about class. They like it, but what's going on? Always ask. We do a good job of communicating, but we always love to hear from you guys too. And lastly, parents can just make sure you're aware of your schedule ahead of time. Sometimes you don't know, right? Like you say, well, I don't know what next month will be like. He's starting soccer, but I'm not sure. Try to look ahead and just be diligent with communicating, because if your schedule changes and you don't let us know, then we're all in a tizzy and your student won't be able to learn. So the earlier you let us know about your dates and anything important coming up, the better we can accommodate you. All right, guys, that is all for the what. Be sure to tune in for the next one, which will be part 2 of the how. How does this work? How can you work with us? All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.